I'm sure you've all seen on Instagram those like comment this word and I'll send you a link to where I got my outfit. I'm going to show you how to set all of that up today in a system called ManyChat. Okay, so ManyChat will help you automate everything when it comes to your Instagram, DMs, comments, etc. You can also work with ManyChat on Facebook and some other platforms. I'm crossing my fingers for when they get on TikTok, hopefully soon. This is a wonderful way to automate things for your business. You're getting your links and words and information directly into your clients' inboxes on Instagram, which is even easier than link in bio. It's easier than typing in a link. It's easier than getting them on your email list, etc. You're getting your information directly to where they already are. So first of all, ManyChat, you can use the free plan up to 1,000 contacts, and a contact is just anytime someone comments the word or sends you a DM and triggers one of the interactions. Your pro is only $15 a month if you get over 1,000 contacts, but a lot of you can probably get started for free, set up your automations, and then it'll probably be paying for itself by the time you need to upgrade to pro. So if you go into your automations tab, I'm going to show you how to set up just a really quick comment this, and I'll send you a link. So we'll go into new automation and you can start from scratch. I'll show you some more complicated ones at the end, but typically we go with these recommended ones. They're very simple to use and then you can customize them further. So the most popular one is going to be this auto DM links from comments. Now what I love is they're going to show you kind of in flowchart form or in physical preview form what this is going to look like whenever someone creates this interaction. So you can say if someone wants to comment on a specific reel or post, and then you'll just select which one you want, or any post or reel, or your next post or reel. So you can set this up for tomorrow's post if you're interested, or for the one you're about to click send on. I usually like to do any post or reel because I'm using the same triggers on all of my posts. If you are breaking it down more by post, like if you're sharing the outfit that is in this particular post, you might want to use one of these other settings, but I typically go with any post or reel. And then you'll select your word or words as your trigger. You can trigger with any word, so if it's like, hey, comment your favorite color and I'll send you my color matching guide, then anything they comment on this post will send them the link. I would not click any word if you have any post or reel, because that means anytime anyone comments about anything, it will send them a link, and I don't necessarily think you want that. But it could work if you have like the next one or a specific one chosen. So I'm going to use specific word or words. The key here is not to use something that could be used in everyday conversation or commented on when someone's not in the context of whatever you're sending. As an example, I created a font named after my daughter Daisy, and I made the trigger word Daisy. But then when people would ask me about her, hey, how's Daisy doing? It would trigger that automation, and that was a little bit weird and out of context. So I changed the trigger to be Daisy Beth. So let's just use that one. Another great thing here is to choose to add trigger words that are going to be like auto-corrected or people misspell it. For instance, I have one that's TPP for the printable palette, and so many people comment TTP. So we added that as a trigger word. As an example here, I might do Daisy Beth without a space, as well as Daisy Beth with the space. And then anything that people might misspell, you can always add to this afterward if you find like everyone is misspelling this word, for instance. Now you can check whether you want to reply to the comment under the post or not, and then you can customize these. It's just going to cycle through all three of these, but you can put them in your voice if you want, add emojis, etc. I like to keep this on because then I can confirm that the automation worked, and it won't send this if, for instance, they have a private account and they're not able to DM. You'll find that there are some regulations you have to follow that ManyChat will remind you of and keep you updated on. You don't have to like do anything. It'll tell you if you're trying to do something wrong. But they're very careful about like who and when you can DM people, and I think that that's really wonderful and keeps all of this from feeling super spammy. So just keep in mind, sometimes you can't message people if they have private accounts, so the automations just won't work in that case. Now, after that, you have a couple of different options here, and I'm actually going to skip this step for now and just show you this bottom step. So this bottom step is when you send them the DM, and you can just directly do that. So you can say, here's Daisy Beth, and then add the link to Daisy Beth. It's going to look just like this. They'll click that little button and it'll take them to the link. You can put pretty much emojis, as much text as you want in here. You can say anything you want. You also can add up to 3 links, and they will each be in little buttons under here. So if you do have other things that you want to send them to, you can provide a second one. So for instance, hey, I saw that you like Daisy Beth font. Here's 3 of our favorite fonts. So you can send them Daisy Beth and then 2 other ones they might like. So you can send up to 3 links on this particular section. A few things you can do before you send this link if you want to. So you can send an opening DM. Now, first of all, I want to explain the rules of DMs when it comes to Instagram. If you're sending someone a DM based on a comment, then they have to basically opt in by doing something. And then after they've done something, you can DM them for up to 24 hours afterward. So if you don't have this on, then they click on this Daisy Beth font link. That is them doing something. It's giving them permission to DM you basically, and you can then send them additional DMs for up to 24 hours from the time they click that link. If they don't click this link, then you're done. You can't send them anything additional after this. So what an opening DM does is it helps open that communication. So it's basically saying, like, any version you want, you can put your own text here, but it's basically saying, hey, you commented and said you wanted this, like, confirm that you want it. And you can make the link like, yes, please, send me the link. I can't wait to see the outfits. I'm so excited, whatever. They click that button and it comes in as this kind of response as if they typed it out. Now that basically triggers Instagram. They're giving you permission, and then you can send them DMs up to 24 hours afterward. So even if they don't click on this Daisy Beth font link at that point, you could then wait 3 hours and send them like a reminder or something. You want to be not spammy, and the point is not to get someone to reply for the next 10 days and put them in this like giant crazy funnel. That's much better done on email. People are kind of particular about who's in their inbox and who's not. So you want to keep it light and quick and simple, but you can always like send them reminders, etc. I'll show you some more complicated workflows in a second. So that's what an opening DM does. It just gives you a little bit more ability to follow up with them. Another thing you can do is ask them to follow you before they get the link. So you can say, this link is only for followers. This is going to work really well for a freebie. It's not going to work as well for like a paid product because, hey, you have to follow me to get the link. Okay, and then I send you the link and then you have to buy the thing, you know. But you can use it to grow your following by saying this is an exclusive perk for followers. You could also send them like a discount code for following. So, hey, nearly there, I'll send you the discount code after you follow me. Then you can also do an email question. So before I get the link, can you send me your email? Another great option for a coupon code or freebie or something like that. I have grown my email list by like 1,000 people since I started using ManyChat for email collection. One thing about this is they're only going to check that it's a valid email. If someone gives you a fake email, then there's nothing you can really do about it, and you can't have it check for duplicates and only send things if they're a new email subscriber. So just keep that in mind that some people who already subscribe to you might send their email and it's not really going to do anything in that case. If you also have the opening DM on, then you can do like this quick, easy follow-up DM if they don't click the link. If you didn't have the opening DM on and you tried to click that, it's going to tell you like, hey, you need an opening DM here, because basically at this point, if they haven't clicked the link, I haven't gotten any permission to send them anything else. When you're ready with your automation, you can click go live and it will be live. So let me show you a couple of the ones that we have. This one is very simple. It's just got one extra step in here. So if they comment on our post with this word, then we're going to send them the email. And if they click the link, then they get this particular tag. That's just something you can do on the back end so that you can sort through all of your contacts later based on things that they might be interested in. And then we'll wait 3 hours and send them this tutorial that just shows them how to use that script. So this is a script that I'm an affiliate for. I make money if they purchase the script from this link. Then if they click it and they decide not to, for example, or they're not sure how to use it, then I'm going to provide this tutorial which serves them whether or not they bought it, and also gives them an extra chance to buy it and for me to get paid if they didn't end up buying it for the first link. If they don't click on the link, then we don't really get to do anything because we haven't gotten that buy-in yet. So just keep that in mind. We can also trigger from a story response or reply. So this is that same exact workflow, but the reply is to our story, or they just send a message with those keywords in it. That's basically the same thing, whether they initiate the DM or reply to a story. But the cool thing here is that even if they don't click this link, since they replied to a story or sent a message, that gives me that 24-hour buy-in. So I'm going to send them the tutorial no matter what, whether they clicked this link or not. On the comment reply, it's only going to send this because if they clicked the link. So just kind of keep that in mind. ManyChat will walk you through all of those like rules and regulations as you go. This one is a more complex workflow, as you can see. I love their workflow outline because it actually is very easy to follow in most cases. So here they're going to reply to a comment saying they're interested in our beginner class FS2S. We'll send them this information, encouraging them to grab that, or they can click maybe later. And what's cool about this is we've given them an option to indicate that like they might still be interested in, but if they click this, we get that like 24-hour buy-in and we can do some other stuff. So here we'll wait 3 hours and then we will send them a question. And this is kind of using ManyChat as like a quiz. So think of just a million options you could do here. We're saying, where are you at in your business? And then based on what you click, we're going to send you different resources. So if you say you're just learning about invitation design, we'll say, cool, it can be really fun. And then we wait 2 seconds and say, I'd recommend this kind of thing. And then we can kind of tag them if they clicked on that free course and do some things further from there. But it's all based on like their interactions. Now, as a reminder, I wouldn't do something that works for like 10 days in a row. Just kind of keep them responding. So every time they click something or respond to you with a message, they are opting into like an additional 24 hours of your response. So I'm not going to drag this out forever. This is one of our longest automations. You can see how complex you can really get with this. Now this one is cool. I just want to show you the stats so you can see how powerful ManyChat can be. So this one has been sent 839 times and we have a 90% open rate and an 85% click rate. And you know that this is insane even for a freebie. This is a freebie. So it is absolutely amazing. We've gotten 717 clicks and this click-through rate is so much better than email because you are in their inbox where they are already hanging out. So I just want to show you how powerful ManyChat can be, and we've collected so many things. You can see over here when we ask for their email, because this is an email collector, we've had 585 respondents, and some of those might be repeat emails that are already on our list, but we've gotten hundreds of new emails just from this one automation alone. So if this gives you an idea of how strong and powerful these automations can be, and this is without me ever doing anything except just posting the content with the trigger word in it. I'll just say, hey, comment toolkit, and I'll send you my toolkit, and all of a sudden I have 500 new email addresses. It's not quite that easy, but it is very simple to set up, and you can take your automations from just those like one step options to the more complicated things and kind of grow into it. So just as a reminder, you can start for up to 1,000 contacts. You get 1,000 DM messages for free, and then you can upgrade to Pro for only $15 a month. My link will get you 30% off your first 3 months. So I would love if you'd use it if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what other questions you have and if there's any other types of automations that I can show you on here, because there are so many possibilities. Remember that you can follow up with people, you can provide additional resources about how to use your product. You can even answer FAQs. You could send something that's like, what's your question? And there's 3 different options. They click what their question is, and you have an automated response there. So there's so many different options and possibilities here, and I can't wait to see how you use it. Thanks for watching.